Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the wokest magic show on the internet. This is Casually Spike, and I am your host, Dakota Marker, and I'm here with my friends, Jaron Denham,
Dragon Priest's life,
and Devin Harrison.
Hello.
Unfortunately, we don't have Bill on this week just because he's got to deal with some things. So, what are we doing tonight, Jaron?
we were going to ask Bill about how his Thanksgiving went. We didn't have too much in the way of news, so we're going to talk about the, I guess you could say, leak that happened.
Well, yeah, it was a leak, but now it's just it's just spoilers.
Yeah, that was just old news. And then we're also going to have a deck tech about the red-green Aetherworks Marvel deck, which is absolutely amazing. And every single time I see Todd Anderson complain about Aetherworks Marvel, it just makes me a little happier inside. So, Dakota, you want to lead it off?
Sure, why not? So, we're going to open up the show with talking about the new cards that were spoiled for Aether Revolt. They were leaked online, and then, stores are starting to get their event guides in that has all the cards on it anyway. And I guess we're going to start with the card that's been making some waves here. We have Yahenni's Expertise. It's a 2 black. It's a sorcery. All creatures get neg 3 until end of turn, so pretty standard board wipe. But it also says, you may cast a card with converted mana cost 3 or less from your hand without paying its mana cost. That is some pretty serious ramifications, and not just in standard either.
That second ability on the card, it really feels like it's a fixed cascade to me.
See, I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, this reminds me of every Cascade thing I've ever wanted to play.
Yeah, Cascade was really, obviously, I think we talked about it before in the podcast. Cascade was a very, very, very good effect to the point where you could definitely say it was broken. And then this, because the card has to come out of your hand, it actually feels like it's fixed. This is what Cascade was supposed to be.
And I mean, that's fair, just because, I feel like maybe they initially designed Cascade to work this way, but then they were afraid, because they had way better tutoring effects back in those days, you could just grab better stuff and then do it, kind of break it, so that's why they had the random factor.
Yeah.
But then, I feel like they could have just fixed Cascade by printing Cascade as if this card was cast from your hand.
Oh, absolutely. I think I talked about it as well earlier, how I used to play a deck that I called Charms Blow Pop.
Yeah.
Just casually, I was just goofing around with that. And my favorite thing I did was I cast Enigma Sphinx, which went into whatever the 6-drop spell was. I think it was just Deny Reality.
I know the 6-drop spell, I think, was Enigma Sphinx.
I thought it was 7. Yeah, either way. I went top of the curve, and then 5-4-3-2. Well, 5-4-3, and then I went into a 2-drop. And it was the dumbest thing ever. I think my 3-drop was actually an Esper Charm, which means that I didn't get a 2. But who cares, because I still got to draw 2 cards.
Seems pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, thinking about some of the good 3-mana cards in Standard. Well, there's one here that I'll talk about here in a minute. But, going over on the back end for some stuff that we have in Standard right now, you could play this and then get a free Liliana.
I was thinking that and then play Kozilek's Return off of it.
Also very good.
Yes.
Very much.
You can Fiery Temper. Why not?
Well, and I mean, it doesn't have to be exactly 3. You can play a 2 or a 1-drop. So, even if you just, play an Expertise and then drop, the 1-drop, the 1 white drop that makes a clue, 1/2.
Oh, the Thraben Inspector.
Yeah, even if you just play an Inspector off of it, it's still really good.
You could even go into Bill's favorite white 1-drop out of draft, Tasseled Dromedary. Don't kill me, Bill. Poor guy's not even here to defend himself.
It's fine. I say worse things in the credits.
I'm sure you do.
Oh man, but speaking of value 3 drops, our next spoiler is for a very interesting card, one that I'm very excited about. We have Scrap Trawler. Now, Scrap Trawler is a 3 mana artifact creature. It's a construct. It's a 3/2. And Scrap Trawler reads, whenever Scrap Trawler or another artifact you control is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, return to your hand target artifact card in your graveyard with lesser converted mana cost.
Now, I want to point out something about that. Did you realize the bottom of it? Like, look at the bottom. If you can read that anyway.
Lesser converted mana cost?
No, I mean the very bottom of the card.
Buy a box?
Yes, that is the buy a box promo.
Yeah. Like, this card, I don't pay as much attention to standard or modern, but like, do you think this card could standards that are run?
It might see play in like the Reanimator decks for standard.
You think so?
I mean, they kind of focus around Scrap.
Yeah, they do.
I mean, yeah, that's the
I can
thing.
see
Like,
that.
this card with Scrap Heap Scrounger is just nutty.
Yeah. Now, can we move on to the... Let's do the game day non-foil card.
Oh yeah, the participation prize.
Yeah, the participation trophy, funny enough, is called Trophy Mage. It's 2 and a blue for a human wizard. When Trophy Mage enters the battlefield, you may search your library for an artifact card with converted mana cost 3. Reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle your library, and it's a 2/2. It is a fixed, in my opinion, a fixed Trinket Mage.
Well, I mean, like, it's not real. If you think about it, it's not like a fixed Trinket Mage. It's just completing the cycle that was set by Trinket Mage in Mirrodin, and then Treasure Mage in Mirrodin Besieged, and now we have this. Because Trinket Mage fetched for
1 drops.
One or 0 drops.
Mm-hmm.
And then you had Treasure Mage, which fetched
6
for...
or greater.
For 6 or greater.
Mm-hmm.
So now we have something that's kind of just like middle
Just
of the
3.
road. Like,
Just 3. Yeah.
just 3.
Yeah. You know what? There's really good 3-drop artifacts like Scrap Trawler.
I mean, like,
Yeah.
there's Scrap Trawler,
Locks it on Warhammer.
locks it on Warhammer.
Oh my god.
I mean, like, this is... I feel like this... Unless
You
we
lose
see...
it.
Unless we see some more 3-drop artifacts, I don't think this is going to see a ton of play in Standard.
Like, the only time that I've ever seen these extended art game day promos or anything like that make any kind of a splash was me playing Essence Extraction or whatever it's called.
Well, I mean, like, I saw more than a few Stasis Snares earlier.
Yeah, the Stasis Snare is finally being played, which is kind of cool. Now, Trophy Mage, I'm really excited because, like we said, this is the participation trophy. So even if you go over, you still got your trophy. Yay. Now, I'm going to read the red card real quick. Now, I'm going to have to flip through pages.
Oh, yeah, Trophy Mage is a 2/2, by the way. We
Yeah.
didn't mention that.
I did mention that.
Did you?
Yes.
I thought you just said it was a human wizard.
I
Whatever.
said it was a human wizard, and then I went through the text box and said it was a 2/2.
Okay.
Yeah. Quicksmith Rebel. Quicksmith Rebel. Sorry. It's 3 and a red for a human artificer. When Quicksmith Rebel enters the battlefield, target artifact you control gains tap. This artifact deals 2 damage to target creature or player for as long as you control Quicksmith Rebel, and it's a 3/2. This is the release promo. This is the launch promo.
3 mana 3/2s are
4
like...
mana 3/2.
Oh, is it 4 mana?
It is a 4 mana 3/2.
Oh, well, never mind.
Yeah, this card's not that great, but I still like it. I think it's cool.
Well, I like it because it gives... It doesn't say artifact creature. It says
Yeah.
artifact.
Yeah, exactly.
So, like, you can give the ability to your uncrewed vehicles that you can't crew yet in Limited, or, like, you can give it to stuff that doesn't care about tapping.
I really think
Or
that...
you could just be completely broken in Legacy formats and just give it to a land.
Give it to your Cetus and Odds. Yep, there we go. We broke it.
Give it to your Darksteel Citadel.
Ooh. Now, what you got, Devin? Oh, you looked at me like you had something. I'm looking at the Game Day Champion playmat.
It's just got big old Johnny on it.
It got
And he's just
big
like
old Johnny. And
he's just being a cat man.
he's got that upgraded cloak that he looted off of Elspeth.
Well, yeah, it's not stealing once they're dead, according to Skyrim rules.
I wonder if it was actually like an epic cloak or something.
What, like Tezerite goes to like stab at Johnny with his metal claw and it like bounces off?
I mean, it could happen.
I mean, after the Emerald Coal stuff, I'm really willing to believe anything. So
Maybe it has fire resist. I'm just having fun with this now.
well, it clearly didn't have getting stab resisted.
Oh, hell no, it didn't. And here's the best part. She was stabbed with her own pike.
Yeah, that's like she gets stabbed with her own weapon, man.
Yeah.
That's some like
By a god.
yeah. That's some tragedy of Julius Caesar stuff right there.
It too, Heliod. What? But yeah, I mean, I think the promos are pretty cool. I especially like the trophy mage or whatever.
I mean, yeah, like I definitely like Scrap Trawler. Like I need a couple copies for my commander decks like right now.
I'm gonna get playset just because like it's gonna be a cool card. So.
Yeah, I mean, like it has a lot of applications for different things. Like I'm sure Kitchen Table is gonna love it to death just because all the goofy stuff you can do with it. Like, oh, my Gear Hulk died. Let me get back this like value 4-drop.
Yeah, let me get back this
I've got it. My Virtuous Gear Hulk died. Let me get back my Solemn Simulacrum.
Ooh, that's crazy. I want to play it with Lifeline. Get back my other artifacts that died without my Lifeline. Then get my artifact back.
I just want to get a Sack Engine and Spine of Ishsaw.
Oh god.
And just get back all my value 6-drops like Worm Coil Engine.
That's ignorant.
That is hilarious.
That's so ignorant.
Get your Worm Coil Engine, get your Noxious Gear Hulk.
You know what you could do?
Get your Mycosynth Lattice.
That's going too far. Has science gone too far? But so would we like to move on to the deck tech thing with the Marvel?
I mean, we can.
Yeah.
I suppose Devin does need a chance to talk.
Sure.
All right. So, Devin, we were playing Cody's Red-Green Marvel. What did you think of it?
It relies too much on luck,
You think?
I think.
Well, I mean, let me put it to you this way. I was watching him play a couple games, and I noticed that the deck has no real way to get itself out of a bad hand other than a lucky draw. Like, just looking at stuff, like, I remember one game I watched Devin build, like, 30 energy and then die because that's all he was doing. And that's all he could do, realistically. Because, like, he kept an opening hand with, like, what was it? 2 Attunes and, like, a Forest and Ether Hub and a couple other things.
Yeah.
Of no real... Oh, yeah, he got two or three of the green artifact that makes energy when it enters, and then you can crack it for more, and it gains your life.
The
Puzzle
Woodweaver spell, Puzzle Knot.
The Puzzle Knot, yeah. He got, like, 2 of those, and basically, like, he was able to stave off a lot of early damage, but then it was just, like... He did that, and then he didn't have things to do, and then he got punched in the face by Emrakul. And that was kind of it.
If you don't have Marvel, then you're screwed.
I figured because, I mean, that's what the deck's called. Yeah.
Like I said, I think it relies too heavily on one card.
Like,
which to me is more luck than anything.
Whenever I was playing against it last week at the Grand Prix trial, that was something we could have discussed with the Grand Prix trial. Because I didn't even think about it. When I was playing against Cody, and he was on Red Green Marvel, with me playing Dimitri and my build of White Black Control, I lived through 2 straight Emrakuls. Because each time that he played an Emrakul, I had 4 removal spells, or ways to remove Emrakul. And I kind of noticed that if you don't hit anything worth of value off of the Marvel, the deck just kind of rolls over.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you have to find something that has an effect that can break the game basically off of a cast, or else
Like-
the deck doesn't win.
It plays well against like Delirium decks,
Yeah, well those are.
but
slower
that's
decks,
because they're slow decks.
yeah. So is White Black Control,
But if like it goes against aggro, then it's
Yeah, I feel like red white vehicles just like eats that deck for breakfast.
I would quote Happy Gilmore, but you don't want to censor anything, so I'm not going to quote Happy
I'd
Gilmore.
prefer not to. But
I eat pieces of it. Never mind.
you eat what for breakfast?
No.
There you go.
Yeah, we did it. We did it.
See, for a while I thought that was a Full Metal Jacket quote, but you know.
Funny enough, it's Happy Gilmore.
Anyway, but yeah, the thing is, it lacks consistency, and you can just like die because you can't do anything, and that's just kind of it.
So I feel that we need to go back to one of the guidelines that I have here. Basically, the question is, what does the deck do? So basically, what it does is it's kind of a combo-ish ramp deck, if you think about it. Because it wants to get big mana, so it can play the Emrakul and Ulamog, well, multiples that it has in the deck in the late game. But the idea is that you play your Aetherworks Marvel on 4, and then just get your Emrakul or your Ulamog off of it that turn, and then just start laying waste.
Well, I mean, one issue the deck has is that mana acceleration in the new standard essentially because it got kneecapped.
Yeah.
The only ramp that they have, and like I don't even think it's possible to do this, is that 2-drop that spends energy to make mana.
Oh, the Servant.
Yeah.
It plays that card, yeah.
Yeah, you play that card on 2, and then you play your Marvel on 3, but then you also have to have 6 energy on 3, or else you're just kind of
right. Or else you're just sitting there.
Yeah, and I don't think it's possible to have 6 on 3 at that point.
It's possible to have.
Well, because Servant makes 2 when it comes in, and you can attune on 1.
You can play Hub on 1.
Yeah, you hub and you play.
You don't want to play. You don't play Hub on 1.
You want to go. Yeah, you want to go Forest into Attune
to get
which
2,
will get you to 2, and then you hub on 3, and then you play Servant,
which gets you 5.
which gets you 5, and then you play.
You have to play.
You have
a
to
hub.
You get the 5 because you have to spend one of the energy off of the Servant on 3.
Yeah. If you go Forest hub, you get 5.
Yeah.
So.
Devin's doing math. This is scary.
Oh. Okay. Well, let's see. You do. You need like a forest.
Attune on 1.
Into a tune. There's 2 energy.
Mm-hmm.
Then you play hub.
3.
There's 3.
Mm-hmm.
Play the puzzle knot.
But then you don't get turn 3 Marvel.
Yeah, you don't get turn 3 Marvel.
We're trying to come up with a scenario where you have turn 3 Marvel with 6 energy ready to go.
Is there anything that has
Oh,
0
okay.
mana for
So-
energy?
No.
So yeah, you see attuned. So you have 2 energy. Play the servant. And there's 4 energy. So that's on turn 2. Turn 3. I mean, you can
The problem is you have to spend the energy in order to make mana
puzzle
with
knot.
Servant.
Right there's 7.
But
On
then
turn 3.
but you don't get to play Marvel on turn 3.
Because your 2 is the Servant. Or else you can't cast the Marvel.
Because you won't have enough mana on 3.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
So the goal
Seizure
is
if it was in front of me.
the goal is that you want to Marvel and then crack it the turn it comes in.
Because I feel like the deck could
Yeah,
be
well,
better.
the only quickest way you can do it is turn 4.
Yeah.
That's it.
But that's just it. The deck can't do it on 3, so essentially you have to wait to turn 4 to do anything of consequence, I think is the point.
Yeah.
And that's if you hit something with Marvel. Because if you go turn 4 Marvel, spin, and hit nothing, I'm pretty sure you just lose at that point.
Like, poor Cody did it to me at the Grand Prix trial. He goes turn 4, Marvel, spins the wheel, and he hit literally nothing. And then 2 turns later, he got another 6 energy, spun the wheel again, and he hit, I want to say, a tireless tracker. And that was the only creature he hit. And the only spell, mind you, in 12 cards.
Wow.
Yeah. And then he started casting Emrakul's multiple times. He goes Emrakul on me, and I had 4 removal spells. Took care of the first Emrakul. Then he plays the second one. And then I had 4 more removal spells. Took care of that Emrakul.
But yeah, it just feels like the deck doesn't do anything. I'm wondering if it would be possible, because I noticed there's just like the deck kind of fills out with lots of like just value engines,
Yeah, it
like
does.
Tireless Tracker and Chandra Torch of Ignition.
Yeah, basically all it's trying to do is just filter.
So I'm wondering if the deck could be improved by basically fusing it with the red-green Pummeler deck that I was seeing a lot of a few weeks ago.
I don't think so, because they're kind of different ideas. Like, they follow the same patterns, but they're kind of different ideas.
Well, see, but the thing is, then what you can do is kind of make it into a mid-range deck that kind of shifts strategies. Because in the early game, depending on what you draw, you could just be playing red-green Pummeler with, like, Electrostatic Pummeler, the Hydra, and the other stuff, and just go down that route. But then if you run out of gas in late game, then you have stuff to drop late game. Like, you can drop the Marvel and start building energy, and then spin and hope for, like, you couldn't play like 4 copies of Emrakul and like what, 2 copies of 2 copies of Ulamog?
I think I have the solution.
Oh really? Let's hear it.
Transformational sideboard.
Ooh, that is interesting.
Toolbox.
I mean, wouldn't that be what we were talking about?
Well, no, what Darren's saying is pack the stuff for red-green Pummeler in your sideboard.
Yeah.
And then if Marvel's too slow for whatever you lost to game 1, switch it out to Pummeler
and then
play red-green Pummeler.
You just took out everything that you had for the Marvel deck, and you switched it with every card in your sideboard. So now you're on a completely different strategy, and your opponent doesn't know what you did.
Yeah, that's toolboxing.
Yeah.
Well,
that's the Yu-Gi-Oh way of saying
Yeah,
it.
just Yu-Gi-Oh way. Sorry, I started with Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, when Magic refers to toolboxing, we're saying like it's a collection of different pieces you can use to counter different decks.
Yeah.
But I get your point.
Yeah. And I think like what you would do is obviously you would have the base. You could also use the excuse that you are trying to metagame, and you can play Voltaic Brawler in the main deck. Because sometimes you're going to need that extra little push to get that damage across. And Voltaic Brawler has it because it has trample.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind it. I wouldn't mind a Voltaic Brawler on 2 in order to, and then place like Puzzle Knot on 3 and then Marvel on 4.
Oh my god, this is delicious. This is going to be awesome. But like, so basically what it's saying is what the deck does, like I said, is it basically spins a wheel after it gets the 6 energy. It tries to hit Emrakul or Ulamog to take over the game with either a 13/13 or what's a new Ulamog? It doesn't matter. It blows up lands. and like after that, you just kind of like swing across the board and kill them. So I mean that's what the deck does. So now that we know what the deck does, what are the actual problem cards in the deck? Obviously, the public enemy number 1, at least according to a lot of the pros, well, pros I use loosely, is Aetherworks Marvel.
I would agree.
I want to agree with that because it offers filtering. Because even if it doesn't hit anything, you're probably going to hit 1 spell off of it at least, and 5 lands.
Yeah.
So that gets rid of a land pocket. And then, if it does hit anything, you probably just won the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, since we're saying that, Aetherworks Marvel is, like I said, public enemy number 1. So then following up with that, it's got to be Ulamog, in my opinion. Because every single time that I have played against that deck, I have never wanted to see Ulamog come out.
Yeah, Emrakul is easier to take care of.
Exactly.
A lot easier.
Yeah.
Because Emrakul, you just like, if you know they're going to spin their wheel, then you just hold your removal and then wait for them to hit Emrakul.
Yep.
Well,
And then when they hit their Emrakul, you just get rid of it, and then they take your turn, and hopefully you spend all your removal, so they can't jack your board up too much.
Or you just have all the removal in the world.
Well, it's true that a lot of the removal this time around is keyed to only hit opposing creatures rather than being able to hit any creature.
Yeah.
Which I feel like was an intentional design decision when they knew that Emrakul was going to be this way.
That's a possibility.
Because they knew they were going to have Emrakul in Innistrad as far back as Zendikar block. Because they had to get rid of all, because they had to take care of all of them at once.
Yeah, this was actually decided whenever they thought Zendikar was going to be a 3-set block again. He said, we want Emrakul back. Now what are we going to do to get her? And they said that they were going to reveal her in the 3rd set. And the 3rd set never happened, obviously. So where else we got? We got Innistrad.
Yeah.
So they put her in Eldritch Moon.
Let's retcon some Innistrad lore and just send Emrakul to the moon.
And get Nahiri in there, too. Nahiri woke up, and she is angry.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, good old story retcons. Making things great for everybody and nobody.
Oh, yeah. I still think it's funny how they figured out how to retcon Nahiri in, since Planeswalkers are supposed to be able to sense other Planeswalkers.
Well, I mean, like, I figured they were going to, like, hand wave it away with, like, this is something from the old Walker times, so, like, you can't planeswalk through it, which I presume is also why you can't planeswalk out of Nyx. Elspeth.
Yeah, I know. Well, Elspeth's also dead, so she might not have her spark.
Well, she's not dead. She's comics dead, where she's just gonna be in a healing coma for a while, and then she'll come back, and it's still gonna be awful.
Thank you, Superman.
Thanks, Superman.
Thanks, Superman, for that. Thank you for everything. Kal-El, you are the man. But, like, I still think Elspeth's going to come back as the new god of the dead.
She just, like, shivs Erebos, and she's just like, I'm the god of the dead now.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm feeling. Yeah.
Well, see, here's the issue, though. As a god, gods can't be planeswalkers. We know this because Xenagos.
Yeah.
So
they transcend planeswalking, yes.
The thing is, but she also can't, if she becomes a god, she also can't be white-black, because that's Athreos.
Right.
So she either has to stab both. What if she just goes on a god-killing rampage and just stabs Athreos, Erebos, and, like, goes after Heliod?
What if Athreos just decides that, you know, I've been at this for 60 million years. My Social Security finally kicked in. It's time to retire.
Did they have, like, a system of welfare in ancient Greece? I don't know.
I don't know.
All I know is about the sodomy, and that's about it.
Oh, dear.
Sodomy.
Oh my! All right, so I won't sing the Family Guy song.
Let's not.
I was just thinking that.
I was too. That was the first thing that came to my mind as soon as you said it, because I'm just sitting there thinking about the lyrics, and then at the end he strums the guitar and goes sodomy.
Oh crap!
All right. So anyway, the problem cards, we have Marvel and Nulamog. Now, will we consider Emrakul an actual problem card? Myself, I do not.
I just kind of laugh because Emrakul is the proof that a 13/13 flyer does not actually do a whole lot.
Trample.
But it dies to, like, every removal spell.
That isn't an instant, yes. Now, this is the only time you're ever going to hear me use this excuse. It dies to removal is pertinent here.
Pretty much, because, I mean, the thing is, yes, new Emrakul has protection from instants, which is great because, like, it can't get murdered.
Yes.
But the problem
You really
is,
can't get murdered.
most of the good removal in standard right now has either got flash, which means it doesn't care, aka stasis snare,
Yep.
or it's sorcery speed, like ruinous end,
Ruinous Path, yes.
a ruinous path,
Or it's a land.
or it's a land.
Blighted Fen.
Yeah.
Woo. Or it's a planeswalker.
Or it's an instant that makes your opponent sack creatures
To the slaughter.
to the slaughter.
Oh, yeah.
But that's what I mean. There's just so many ways to kill Emrakul, and because it's a present part of the metagame in
Yeah.
several very powerful decks, you're almost always going to be running into removal for it. So, yeah, great. You spin your Aetherworks Marvel, you hit Emrakul, like, that's great, and you get ready to take control of their turn. Presumably, they kill the Emrakul before they untap and you take control of them. And at that point, how much you can wreck their board is entirely contingent on what's in their hand.
Yes.
And the white human decks kind of have an answer. Just not really an answer, but to slow them down.
Usually it's
Most
just
of
numbers.
most of them main Thalia,
Yeah. Thalia's
so
really good.
come to play tapped.
Yep. Thalia is very, 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 very good against Emrakul.
So they'll take your turn and be like, oh well, I got nothing to block with.
That was fun. Good job.
And then their field's wide open, and like then when the other player gets their extra turn, and they just have like a wide open board, and they just swing in and
Yep.
get a bunch of free damage in, and possibly kill you because you haven't been doing anything else this game.
Exactly. And I had that come up against Cody because he let me play his girlfriend's Blue-White Flash. And the game that he had just cast Emrakul, and he had Ishkana. I had one Gideon emblem, and I basically had just enough power and creatures on the board that I could still get lethal through those two really big creatures. And I showed him, because I go, okay, even if you do this attack that you can stop, and I just attacked with Avacyn, and then the Ishkana couldn't do anything else. I said, you can't kill my guys with the Ishkana. The only thing you can kill is my Avacyn. You kill my Avacyn, I untap, I draw, and I attack back for lethal. And I had too many guys on the board. It was just crazy. What you got?
Nothing. I'm just listening to you.
Yeah. I had 5 guys on the board, and it goes. Wait, no, I had 6 guys on the board, so it was 12 damage going through, no matter what he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then there was a game before. I think it was the only game I played before you said you wanted to play a little bit. I had a board where it was like he had a spider token, Ishkana, and Emrakul, and he goes reflect. He takes my turn. He reflectors his spider token, and then he makes me attack with one of my creatures and blocks with Emrakul. The next turn, I untap, I draw, and I attack for lethal. And I said, okay, back up. This is what I would have done. And I show him I would have attacked with these 2 creatures, blocked them, especially gang block with the spider token, and then assign all the damage to Ishkana so it doesn't die, and neither does the token. And then you reflector mage the token back to your hand. And then that just set up the board and the game to where he could have won through it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that just comes, plays like that just come from playing the game for so long that you just pick up on little nuances, And that's what Emrakul is. It's a skill testing nuance. It tests your nuances of how the game is played. There are just these small little details that normally don't matter, but when you're playing her, they matter. He could have, during the Grand Prix trial, I had a Gaia Reach Sanitarium on the board, and he top decked my Blighted Fen. He could have activated my Gaia Reach Sanitarium and then discarded my Blighted Fen off of it. So that would have got rid of one of my removal spells. And then he used 2 of my other removal spells instead and got rid of those, and that was about it. And then I still killed his Emrakul, and then I killed the next one. But, obviously, like I said, Emrakul's not really the problem. It's the other 2 cards. They're just bonkers.
Yeah, I mean, like, Ulamog, we knew that there was going to have to be a way to cheat him in when they printed him.
Oh, yeah.
Because they fixed the wording so you have to cast him in order to get his effect, and that's great and all. But, like, we knew there was going to be a way to cheat him in because we didn't have fast mana, so we're like, how are they going to give it to us in, like, a fair manner? And, I mean, like, I feel like Marvel's pretty fair because of how often you just whiff on it.
Yeah, I mean, the deck plays Chandra.
And, I mean, plus the thing is, too, like, they knew that if the Eldrazi were a problem, they had to print, like, a stopgap to it, which is why Summary Dismissal exists. And I love that card because it's literally Ghostbusters.
That card is really cool. I like it a lot.
And not the new crappy ones, like the good ones.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that.
There was everything wrong.
Okay, you gotta listen to South Park. Women are funny. Get over it.
Melissa McCarthy is a terrible actor, and you should feel bad for liking her.
Actress.
I don't care. Actress. You should feel bad for liking her. Thank you. This is a PSA paid for by nobody because I just said it randomly.
I really don't care who they are. As long as they entertain me, I don't care.
But that's just it. They don't. At least she doesn't entertain me. I've never seen anything with her in it that I've liked.
Do you watch Saturday Night Live at all?
No, not anymore.
Ever since Dan Aykroyd left?
Well, no, not since Dan Aykroyd left, but like probably like I want to say like some point past 2005. It just like it went downhill, man.
It's gotten a lot better since then.
I don't know. I've seen some of the new stuff. Like I saw a bit where The Rock and Jimmy Fallon were like they had like the Irma Gerd accent. I watched that and I'm like, is this what we're left with?
So anything with Jimmy Fallon is awful.
Okay, that's valid. Okay.
All right, so like
I'm like The Rock. You've been in decent movies. Like, don't do this to yourself.
So like Saturday SNL since Jimmy Fallon left and the last 3 years has been great.
Really?
Yes. Like the only thing that can make it better is if they went back to like late 80s, early 90s style. Yeah, that's the only way it would be any better. But it has gotten a lot better since then. I can't really think of anything off the top of my head, but the ones that always got me was the Weekend Report, how they do like the news segment or whatever, and they have like these real news stories that they have a punchline to at the end. Yeah, I absolutely love those. And they have Colin Yost and Michael Che doing those, and they just let the one guy go. I forget what his name is, but he has the Late Late Show on CBS now.
John
I don't know.
Something
No.
Fetterman?
No. But they got this other guy. They got these two guys, and they're absolutely amazing doing the Weekend Report. They had the thing that I really miss is the one guy that he would always come on and talk about like all the different night spots, and then he would like cover his mouth and say something really loud, and he would cover his mouth and look surprised that he even said it. that was always one of my favorites. And since he left with the guy who was doing Weekend Report, these new guys took over, and they've been great with it.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of shows just like I'm glad to see that SNL is doing better, just because most of Comedy Central's other big shows are not doing as good. Like South Park's still fine.
Oh yeah,
like
South Park's fine.
But like, I miss the Colbert Report a lot.
Well, all you have to do is watch CBS at 11:35.
Seems reasonable.
Yeah, because he's on the Late Show.
And I miss the Daily Show. I'm sorry, Trevor Noah. You are no Jon Stewart, and you never will be.
I really like Trevor Noah.
I mean, he's good, but like Jon Stewart, man,
He's a legend.
yeah. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it's not fair to compare them,
It's
but
really
like
not.
it's not like. And the thing is too, like, it was like as a relevant example, Mel Blanc, who did all the original voices for the Looney Tunes,
Right.
They had to find someone. He did the voices for those characters until the day he died.
Yeah.
And then after he died, they had to get someone else. And the new voices weren't as good.
Right.
But the thing was, Mel Blanc was dead. Like,
Yeah.
there wasn't really a whole lot they could do about that.
Cryogenically freeze him like they did with Walt Disney.
Yeah, except Walt Disney may or may not have also been a Nazi, so...
Well, we're assuming that he's waiting until the Jews are all dead.
Well.
Okay, then. Well, that went in a direction.
Well, thank you, Family Guy, for that dark, dark, dark joke.
That wasn't... I mean, Family Guy didn't really invent the idea of
they
Walt
did not.
Disney being a Nazi. That's
They
always
just
been a thing.
capitalized it.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
just like everybody else did.
Yeah.
I'm
But-
sure The Simpsons did it.
Well, I mean, according to South Park.
Simpsons did it.
According to South Park.
Simpsons did everything.
Well, they really have, though. Like,
They did.
I don't get how FX, like, I feel like every time I turn on FX, whenever I'm, like, over at my parents' house watching basic cable, FX is always running, like, the every Simpsons marathon ever, marathon, where they just run all the episodes.
They do it when they reach a milestone.
So, like, but what are the milestones? Like, every week?
No, so, like, the first one they did, I think it was the 20th anniversary.
Uh-huh.
So they showed every Simpsons from beginning to the latest episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, in a row. And now this time, you know what the milestone was?
What?
Their 600th episode.
Oh, Lord, this is just going to go on forever, isn't it?
It takes about 3 weeks, I think it is.
Wow.
Yeah.
But that's what I mean. 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
21 days.
Nothing but Simpsons.
So, yeah, like, that just, it's crazy to me how long that show's been on and how much, like, that show really does just need to end already. Like,
It's gotten really bad, but it's still fun to watch sometimes.
I mean, it's like one of those things that, like, I don't hate to have on. Like, if there's nothing else on TV, I'll just, like, throw it up on the background while I'm doing whatever. But that's how I feel about a lot of shows.
This is actually why I stopped subscribing to cable TV or anything like that.
I don't have cable. I don't have cable TV
I
in
have
my
Hulu.
apartment. I have, like, the thing is, I have the basicest of basic cable packages at my house, which means I get, like, the local news and, like, a couple of channels. I get AMC for some reason.
I don't even have that.
Like, but the thing is, the only reason I have that is because it makes my internet package cheaper
Yeah.
for some reason. But, yeah, I don't even watch cable TV anymore. I just watch stuff on the internet because it's better and less full of ads and less awful.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why I like Hulu, because sometimes when I get home, I don't want to watch the crap that they have on actual TV, like right then,
Uh-huh.
because obviously I get home really late from work.
Yeah.
So I like to get home and I like to watch, catch up on South Park.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you haven't seen it yet, you really need to watch season 20.
I'm sure. Well, the problem is, I feel like I need to watch the previous 2 seasons because apparently a bunch of stuff changed. So,
In my opinion, the only seasons that you actually need to watch are 19 and 20.
well, that's what I'm saying.
18 was when it started doing continuity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, was 18 when they introduced PC Principle?
19 was.
Oh, okay. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like that whole like change was
Yeah.
kind of like. Because I didn't really have Comedy Central, and I mean, like, it's not that I don't like it, it's just I didn't want to pay extra for cable, so, you know. But, Jared's just making faces at me.
I'm making the fish face that the PC people do. But, like, South Park has been an absolute home run over the last 2 years, if not 3 years. And it's always been a really good show.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, like, I can't think of a single bad season of South Park. I can think of several that were kind of like, meh.
Season 12, I think it was.
Which one was season 12?
Oh, God. It was like the one with Britney Spears. It was really boring.
Was that the one where, like, she got half her face shot off, and then, like, the rest of the episode, she's just, like, a throat that's just, like, making weird noises?
Maybe?
And then, like, at the end, it was revealed that it's, like, all a satanic cycle or whatever, and then, like, Hannah Montana comes up on the screen. Is that what... Because I remember that episode, and I was like, eh.
Truer words have never been spoken.
Yeah.
But, like, season 10, I thought, like, was fantastic, because that was the
Yeah.
one with the Warcraft
Yeah,
episode.
Big Love Not Warcraft. That was like the best episode.
That's still one of my favorites. Like, The fact that they got to do like the episode in engine and like they got the Blizzard guys to help them out with all that.
Yeah.
It was so good. And there were other great episodes in that, like the two-parter about atheism with like otters and the Nintendo Wii.
Oh man, that was so good. Like, it was really funny because like Cartman decided that he wanted to freeze himself for like an extra week to wait on the Wii. So he wanted to time travel basically, and he got stuck in ice and nobody found him.
And he like time traveled. He like went forward by like a millennium or something, and then there's like people and otters fighting over whether or not God is real, and it's like ridiculous.
And we will eat them on our tummies.
See, what was funny about that was after the two-parter finished, Nintendo sent Matt and Trey Wii's.
Wheeze, yeah.
And then not only that, like after the episode aired, they had like their poll on their website where the question was, how bad do you want a Wii? And then like the top option was worse than Cartman.
Yeah.
Which was the most popular option, obviously.
And then like season 19, that was when this whole PC thing started on there. And I think my favorite episode through the entire season was when they were all playing ninjas in what was I forget.
Well, wait.
What?
Are you playing ninjas? You mean like that one episode in season 8 where they like did all that anime stuff?
No, better.
Oh Lord.
So they're playing ninjas in Soto Sopa, which is their new Whole Foods section basically of town, where they have like all these vegan options and all these other things. And basically the funny part about Soto Sopa is that they built it in Kenny's backyard. So you have like all these really upscale nice buildings, and then you have Kenny's crappy house. Well, by midway through the season, actually I'll take this back, by about third episode of the season, it was abandoned.
Mm-hmm.
And they decided to start playing ninjas in one of the hotels, and people kept on misidentifying what they were doing, and they thought they were ISIS.
Oh my. Well, that just reminds me of the whole Jared AIDS episode.
Oh my god. Okay, Jared, excuse me, Mr. Fogel, how have you managed to lose so much weight? Oh, I got AIDS.
See, I was like in the newer seasons when I started seeing all the music videos come up, like on YouTube and stuff for different stuff. Some of the most of the titles I can't repeat here because I would have to edit them back out. But you know which ones I'm talking about. Especially the Yelp one. That one was
really good. Oh my god.
Like that had me rolling.
There was in season 20. I don't know if you in season 19, Mr. Garrison was fired from his job.
Yeah, I heard about that.
So he went to figure out why there were so many Canadians in the country.
Uh-huh.
Because they were there illegally, obviously. And he goes over the Niagara Falls in a barrel, and he says he's going to blank them all to death.
Oh, my.
Yeah. So he gets to where the Prime Minister of Canada is, and the Prime Minister is a Canadian Donald Trump. And guess what he does to Canadian Donald Trump?
Yeah.
He blanks him to death. So all the Canadians go back home because Canadian Donald Trump is dead. And then, in case you didn't notice from my Twitter feed or anything like that, apparently Mr. Garrison was running for president. And they went back to the giant douche and turd sandwich. I'm sorry. That's not a bad word.
I'm going to have to censor it out.
Why?
Because it's not good.
But it's a character.
Huh. I guess we can use that excuse. Excellent.
Yes. Okay, so...
Thank you, Jenkins.
You are welcome. So anyway, back in like season 10 or something like that, they were trying to vote for what would be the next school mascot because apparently they couldn't have a cow as their school mascot anymore. So Cartman, as a prank, selected Turd Sandwich and Giant Douche. And I don't remember what happened, but they ended up sticking with the cow anyway. And then, since season 20 has nothing to do with anything except for the election and trolling,
Yeah.
they have gone back to selecting Giant Douche or Turd Sandwich for president.
I love it.
So Mr. Garrison, since he has blanked Canadian Donald Trump to death, is running for president as Donald Trump.
Oh man, did you see the spoilers for like? So I'm normally not a big fan of subscription style boxes like Loot Crate, but
Yeah.
did you see they posted the contents of the South Park crate?
They have a South Park crate?
Yeah.
Oh my god, what do we got?
Okay, so first of all, this is spoilers for the crate. So if you don't want to get spoiled, skip this. The big item in it is it's a hoodie. Yes. It is Kenny's hoodie, obviously.
No.
But it's not like it's a hoodie, it's not a parka, so it's not like real thick. But there's another trick built into it. It's reversible. And on the other side, it's Mysterion.
No.
Yes.
Oh my god. This is the first Loot Crate I want to get.
Well, okay, so that's the big item, but we've
Yeah.
got some other nice little trinkets in it too. You get a plushie of Clyde Frog.
That's pretty cool.
You get a roll of caution tape that says "Caution, safe space." It comes with a collectible. It comes with a collectible pin, and it comes with a. It comes with a mold. It looks like an ice cube tray mold, but it's not for ice cubes. It's a chocolate mold.
Oh, is it Mr. Hankey?
No,
Oh.
better. Chef.
Oh, the chocolate salty balls.
Oh my.
Oh my god, it's so brilliant.
It also comes with a limited edition Kid Robot 6-inch figure of Professor Chaos.
Oh, that's so cool.
And it also comes. Well, the 4 boys, it's a commemorative coin, and then it comes with a pin, which is Brandy Marsh.
Oh man, I would want to put that on my bag, and I know I wouldn't be able to.
And then, like I said, here's pictures of the hoodie.
Oh man, the hoodie is sweet. Holy crap, that is so cool. So, did I ever tell you about the some of the stuff that I saw whenever South Park: The Stick of Truth was coming out when I was at the GameStop Expo in Vegas?
No.
All right, so the only thing really that they had, other than like showing the game off, was,
Here's the mold.
oh my god, that mold is awesome. All right, so they had an ice cream truck.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and it was covered in brown specks all around it. And they had Mr. Hankey at the top of it. And all they served was chocolate ice cream with nuts.
Oh, my. I mean, and in Vegas, man, I don't even like nuts and ice cream, but I probably would have bought that.
It was free.
Oh, wow. That's
Yeah.
even better.
Yes, absolutely. Because it was on the expo floor, and they don't charge for anything there, so it's free. Just go open the damn burrito.
He's opening this burrito like he's trying to defuse a bomb.
Hey, it's pretty hard.
Dun, 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 dun.
And now he's eating it like he's on Mission
Dun,
Impossible.
dun, 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 dun.
How much was this anyway?
Like $1.
Cool, I want it. Foil Nebraska the Unseen.
Not the burrito. Not the burrito. The burrito is probably more expensive.
The burrito was more expensive, I
$1.
imagine. Oh, you paid $1 for that? Good for you, buddy. You must know somebody at Taco Bell then.
Oh my.
All right, so
now that we've spent more than half an hour talking about television,
hey, you know what? In the dead season, we gotta do what we gotta do.
hey, time you've enjoyed wasting is not time wasted, my friend.
That's right. See, that's the cool part about this. Even when we don't have anything to talk about, we still find things to talk about when we should be talking about magic.
I mean, I like it. I just hope the listeners like it, because I'm always really self-conscious about that.
I know Levi likes it.
Well, that works for me.
Uh-oh.
By the way, I do not get beaten, thank you. I will not be taking beatings, Levi. Thank you. Did you not see the tweet?
Yes, I did. Yeah, because I screenshot it and sent it to you. Yeah, I forgot about
Yeah.
it. That was completely my fault, Levi, so don't worry about it.
I mean, it was kind of my fault because I forgot to remind him about it. So, like, I'll go half and half on this.
Okay. I blame Google Drive.
I'm
True.
lost.
Yeah.
Basically, you remember when we uploaded real
kerfuffle.
late because Jaren forgot to send me the audio? That was like a couple weeks ago.
I think it's for episode 6.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah, Levi posted a tweet saying beat Dakota to make it, and I'm like,
Let's see
what are you
if I can find
talking
it.
about? And it's like, oh, because I never got the audio. That's why I wasn't working on it.
Yeah.
Also, I was playing Pokemon, so like I was distracted.
Yes. Let's see. All right, here's the tweet. It says, "Hurry up and release the new Casually Spike episode. Physically and mentally beat Dakota if necessary." And I replied back, "It was a long one, LOL. Didn't feel that way, I'll tell you." That was about it. Yeah.
I do not.
Apparently, he used to do podcasting, and that was really exciting for me to learn.
I do not need mental beatings, thank you.
I give that to him enough.
You don't give that to me. I have mental beatings every day. It's called my life.
Oh.
In the arms of an angel.
So, all I gotta say is, if this Tezzeret that comes out next set isn't good, at least in Commander, I'm gonna be pretty upset.
I mean, the last Tezzeret wasn't too bad for Commander.
The last Tezzeret is awesome, and I got to drain someone with it for 38 yesterday.
That's pretty sexy. I got to steal an entire board this evening and then kill somebody with their own creatures.
I love Commander.
Yep.
We should talk about a deck on that Commander deck next time.
Absolutely. Now, I wouldn't mind talking about Brago and all the goofy decision-making I had in it.
I mean, like, I could really talk about any of my builds. Like, I already have documentation for the one, so I feel like I don't need to talk about that one. You can just read it instead.
Oh, Mr. High and Mighty about your deck tech and blah, 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 blah. Okay, that's cool, actually.
Hey, listen, I spent like 3 weeks writing that thing because, like, I had to go over it, and I'm like, get all the card tags in and get all, like, the descriptions written and all the different, like, lines and stuff. Like, it's a pretty involved piece of literature.
Did I tell you I'm adding energy counters to Brago?
Yeah, you told me you were going to add in, like, you said you were going to add Marvel and the Volt Tower thing.
I'm going to do just Dynavolt Tower because I don't trust myself with the Marvel.
You don't trust yourself with the Marvel?
No, even though I can get infinite triggers off the Marvel, I have a feeling that I'll just lose to it. However, with the Dynavolt Tower, I can at least combo fully, infinitely, and then shock them to death.
Seems pretty okay.
Yeah, because I can just bounce that spell, the blue puzzle knot or whatever.
Well, yeah, you're adding in the blue puzzle knot.
Yep, as my only energy source. Isn't that funny?
Well, doesn't the tower give you energy when you cast instants or sorceries?
Yeah, but which instants and sorceries? Like, how many do I run? Not that many.
I mean, you get a lot of uses out of momentary blink, last I checked.
Yeah, I do. That card's so sexy.
and that's if you don't hit time warp and then just like win.
Yeah, that card's also sexy. You know what my favorite card in that entire deck is, though?
I don't know. What is it?
White Mane Lion.
I'm surprised you don't just run Shrieking Drake.
Why would I do that?
Because that card is a 1 mana White Mane Lion.
But it's good because it's 1 mana.
Okay, and?
It's 1 mana. I want to play 2 mana.
Well, I mean, if you want to play a creature that just blinks itself back to your hand and you want to pay way too much for it, just play Blinking Spirit.
That is entirely out of hand, sir. You should not do that.
Why not? You're the one that wants to pay 2 mana for what you could pay for 1 mana.
It's also white.
Okay. Racist.
That's fair. Okay.
Hey, hashtag Blue Lives Matter.
Well, this one, it's more like kitty lives.
I don't think we need a hashtag for that because, the entire internet... I've seen people on the internet condemn people for killing cats over killing people.
Yeah. I've also seen people get condemned on the internet for killing a lion because lions don't actually kill anything unless they're lionesses.
Or, that one time they killed my bro Harambe. That happened.
That happened. that happened.
You talking about that dentist?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
I
Cecil the lion.
I thought that was proven that he was doing that village of
No.
a good thing.
No, he lured an animal on a protected reserve to unprotected grounds and then shot it to death for a trophy.
Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is.
That doesn't make it right.
I think that we're treading into dangerous waters.
It is what
We
it
just spent
is.
half an hour talking about South Park on a family-friendly podcast, and you're worried about treading into dangerous waters?
I don't know. I just read somewhere. I forget where it was at, but
Was it Breitbart?
Was it The
I
Onion?
don't know. No,
Was it Clickhole?
I don't know. I doubt it. I just know there's this article saying that whatever village was around there, the lions and stuff, were not terrorizing the village, but messing with the village. I don't know.
Yeah, I was going to say there's enough guns and ammunition in Africa to where I don't think lions are a problem anymore.
But it's the bears you gotta look out for.
I didn't even know there were bears in Africa. Are there bears in Africa?
No.
Well, I got wholesale fooled into that one. Listen, man, I'm not a whatever it is, an animal scientist.
I was referencing the Wizard of Oz.
Oh.
Lions and tigers and bears. Oh my.
It's been so long since I've seen the original version of that movie. The last time I had a medium of that movie was in Codename Steam, which is a game I'm pretty sure nobody played.
I own it.
Do you own it? It's
That's
good.
about it.
Play it. Listen, play it.
I didn't start it.
Get it patched and then play it. I promise you, it's good.
I liked what I played of it so far. I only played the first 4 missions.
Yeah,
It was a cool game though.
That game the problem was they put that game out with a critical flaw in it, which they then fixed with a patch. But I'm serious, that one patch that brought the game up 2.5 stars for me out of a 5-star rating. Well, because what happened is it's a turn-based it's a turn-based tactical shooter.
Yeah.
Which I know doesn't make sense when I say it out loud,
Especially on a 3DS.
Yeah, on the 3DS. This is a 3DS exclusive title, and it's on a grid. It's a grid-based, turn-based tactical shooter. And the thing was, how it worked is you took your turn, and then the enemy takes their turn. But you had to wait for all the enemy units to move and shoot, and it would move each unit one at a time and then shoot. And it took a year for an enemy to take a turn because it's AI.
Think of it as kind of a combination of Gears of War cover fire with Fire Emblem Tactics.
I mean, the game was made by Intelligent Systems, which does Fire Emblem. So yeah. But basically, the thing was, like, enemy units took forever to take their turn, so that, like, turned the game off for a lot of people. But then in a patch, they issued, like, a super fast forward button that you can just click on, and then the enemy takes their turn in, like, half a minute.
Oh, man, that's really awesome.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, that fixed so much of what was wrong with the game.
Yeah.
Because it really was just, like, a drag waiting for them to take their turns.
Boring. Yeah, we didn't have too much in the show notes because there wasn't much. Okay.
Yeah, I think we should go ahead and start winding this down to a close.
I mean, we could do that.
Any shout-outs?
Let's shout out Devin for this wonderful display that he had so diligently taken the time to wrap all the cords up and make it clean to where we actually have a nice recordable surface and all the wires are underneath the table and we're starting to get ready to look like we're about to stream on this thing. Yeah, this looks awesome.
Yeah, I'm liking the setup a lot, and I'm hoping that... I know we had some weird audio issues last time. I'm hoping we got those kind of ironed out.
By me sitting up straight in my seat.
Thank you. But yeah, it's just,
You're not supposed to put the microphone in your mouth, you know. Shh. What am I supposed to do with my hands?
Firmly grasp it. Firmly grasp it. Actually, don't firmly grasp it. I just saw some like weird waveforms. It can't hear any of that.
Well, I would hope not.
Yeah, otherwise I'd tell you to get these windscreens replaced. All right, I guess that's it.
I guess so.
Do we have anything else?
I don't know. I don't think.
All right,
Unless
well then.
we want to shout out anybody else. I don't know.
I mean,
Bill, we'll see you next week.
Yeah.
And then you're having your Thanksgiving.
I have no idea when we're having our Thanksgiving, so I'm not gonna put a timestamp on that yet.
I will.
No.
Yep.
No.
The week after you have it. That's the timestamp.
Okay.
Did it. It's been decided.
All right.
All right.
Oh,
Oh.
we have a PPTQ tomorrow, but you won't hear this until Monday at the earliest.
You know what? We should actually talk about the Grand Prix trial real quick because it was only 8 people, so it was single elimination.
Here?
Yes.
Yeah, 8 people.
Yeah, 8 people.
Rub it in.
I mean, let's face it. It came down to everybody forgetting that you had it.
Yeah.
Everybody forgot.
I forgot.
You forgot. I didn't know. I think the only person that knew was Franklin.
Yeah.
Shout out to Franklin. I obviously played White Black Control because I didn't know what to do. And, yeah.
I played nothing.
Well, you own the store. So, I would hope you played nothing. But, I got to play against Red Black aggro round 1. That deck is actually very scary if you don't know how to block. You have to be really good at combat to defend against that deck. And I ended up beating him 2-0. And I want to say one of the games was close, but I don't think it really was. I have too much life gain in the deck. And then I played against Cody, who was playing Red Green Marvel. Way to go.
Sorry, I twitched.
Nervous habit. But anyway, I played against Cody playing Red Green Marvel. And I lived through the 2 Emrakuls. And then the next game, I lived through 2 more Emrakuls. And I just kind of ran them over. And then I played against Turk in the finals. And I lost 1 game against them. And I won it. Won the match. So I won the Grand Prix trial. Woo! So I have a 2-round bye to GP Wisconsin, which is happening next weekend. And I'm sorry, Chris, but I'm probably not going to make it.
You could sign up. Do like the little sleep-in special. Submit your deck list online. And then just not show up for round 3.
That sounds awful.
Hey, points.
True. I got points. But that would also require me to spend $85.
But I think you have to. I don't know. I don't think that'll work. I think you have to show up and sign in.
I think you do too. Anyway.
Dang.
So, the PPTQ tomorrow is standard. And I think I'm going to get to play Green Black Delirium.
Hopefully.
If not, I'm playing White Black Control with no changes again. That's awkward.
Wasn't that GPT standard?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was standard.
Yeah, like I said, play White Black Control with no changes, like I need to, and I haven't since regionals that Dimitri won.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I really think that my deck is not ready to go, and it's not going to be good to play in this tournament, but I'm going to play it anyway if need be. So, whatever, it'll work out. It'll all work out. Yeah. All right, so I think that about does it.
All right.
Dakota, it's been a pleasure, as always.
All right. And we will see you next time on Casually Spike.
Bye!
We are out.